Hello and welcome to the PCOS and Nutrition podcast. My name is Despina Pavlou and I'm an online coach, certified personal trainer and the founder of PCOS and Nutrition. My mission is to help women who suffer from polycystic ovarian syndrome through education, motivation and inspiration. I help to guide them on their journey to making healthy changes to their lifestyle and mindset in order to take back control from PCOS, regain fertility, energy and confidence. If you would like more information about PCOS, make sure you check out the PCOS and Nutrition website, where I offer tons of valuable free content on how to create a diet and lifestyle that is perfect for you and your PCOS. And if you are interested in online coaching, the PCOS and Nutrition website is where you will find all you need to know about working with me and how I can help you on your PCOS journey. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube. Welcome to episode 28 of the PCOS and Nutrition podcast, and I'm super excited to let you listen to this episode in which I interviewed Rachel Pallan Zarate about her PCOS and fertility journey. I'm really excited because I feel like this episode will provide some inspiration, some motivation, and some hope to everyone who is trying to achieve their own success story with regards to overcoming PCOS and becoming pregnant. And especially during this time of year, I think it's a great episode to give you that motivation to continue on the journey and not to give up, because just like Rachel, there are plenty of other success stories and it's possible to achieve your own success story in whatever aspect it may be. So I want you to listen to the episode and just remember that it's all possible. It's all possible. So you can achieve what you set your mind to, and just make the necessary changes in whatever changes they may be required for you, because we're all different. There's no standardized approach when it comes to treating PCOS or getting pregnant. It's all individualized. We're all different. So just be patient, be consistent. Thank you so much for tuning into yet another episode, and I hope you enjoy this one. Hello Rachel, thank you for coming on the PCOS and Nutrition podcast and openly sharing your fertility and PCOS journey. I know that this episode will inspire, motivate and give hope to many women currently trying to conceive and who may feel like giving up. But hearing your story will give them even more of a reason to keep going. So we met, I think, or if you could say we met, I think it was around January, February of last year, I think, so that's like 2017. But can you share your journey with our listeners? Because as they'll find out, and as you mentioned, you've basically tried it all to conceive the little one who's called Max, which congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just talk us through your journey, tell our listeners what your own journey and your struggle.
Sure. Well, we started my husband and I are married 4 years, so about 5 years ago, we decided that we wanted to, try and start a family. And we had tried for a while and with no success. So I went to the doctor to get some blood work done and see what was going on. And my husband did a sperm analysis as well. And it turned out that I had very low progesterone, like none. And we had found out through sonogram that I had PCOS, which I had never heard of before. Didn't know anything about it. Just knew that it happens to women. It's very common. It happens to women who are overweight, which I was. And they right away suggested that we go to a specialist for infertility. So we had to check with our insurance and everything. So we did meet with the doctor, and my husband was very willing to do whatever it took, which is great because a lot of men I know are very, they're not always, supportive when it comes to going into bathrooms in strange places to do what a man has to do. We had started off with one doctor that there's not a lot of infertility specialists in our area. There's two. One actually wasn't that close. We had to travel to Jersey to do the procedures. We went through a total of 6 IUIs We did have 2 positives through the IUIs, but we never got to a heartbeat stage. Then we did 3 in vitros. We had a positive with an in vitro and 2 positives with in vitros. Same situation. We didn't get to a heartbeat stage. So I was to the point after everything where I just wanted to give up. I just didn't want to do it anymore. It was mentally draining. It was physically draining. My husband could see it on my face. I just wasn't myself anymore. So, and where I was working wasn't very good. I was working for a clinic, an OB clinic that dealt with a lot of women who were on drugs and pregnant or didn't want their children, or their children were not with them, but they kept having kids. And I knew I had to get out of that environment. It was really stressing me. And one of my really good friends had even said, you need to go. You need to get a new job because this isn't healthy for you. So I did that. I was able to get a great job, which I was very fortunate. And 3 months later, I'm getting ready for a trip to Mexico and my period's late. Now, I'm used to my period not being on time, PCOS, you're just used to it. So I was taking my metformin and I'm thinking, oh man, and then my period when I'm on vacation, I won't be able to swim. So 10 days go by, which is pretty late for me. So I text my OB and she said, well, take a pregnancy test. And I said, for what? It's, what's the point? She said, well, take one anyway. And if it comes up negative, we'll give it a few more days and you'll come in and we'll see what's going on. So I said, okay. So I go to get a test and I take one and I couldn't believe it. It came up pregnant. I was in shock. I thought I was going through menopause. I was having heat flashes. My period was late. I was emotional. I'm like, well, it must be it. I'm 40. It's got to be it. And no, it turned out we were actually seriously pregnant. So we didn't get excited because we've been down this road before. We, had positive and it never went farther than that. So I had gone to the doctor. They did another test. It was positive. Sent me for my sonogram, and there was the heartbeat. And I about lost it because I just couldn't believe that we made it to this stage. And 9 months later, here came Max.
I remember when you messaged me that, and I was literally like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" It was just I'm still blown away that this baby belongs to me and that someone's not going to come take him back. Yeah. Because I remember when we used to message and I knew how badly you wanted the kid. I know so many women who obviously struggle so much, and then when they finally get it, you just feel so happy for that person. It's just so amazing. All those years you're just I want to be a mum, and then out of the blue it just happened. But you put in all the work, so basically see what you did. So what did you do to help you conceive?
I got out of a stressful work environment, which I recommend to people. If you're stressed where you're working and you're trying to do this, you definitely need to not stress. I know it's people used to tell me all the time, just relax, it'll happen. And you want to punch them in the face because you're like, oh, you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what it's like every month waiting and trying and telling your husband, oh, we have to have sex today. We have to do this. We have to do that. It's stressful on both of you. So I learned to relax and let things go. Which when it's your time to do that, you'll know it. You'll feel when it's time to say, okay, it's time for me to take a step back. I started working out more. I was doing a cardio boxing class 3 to 4 times a week. In my new job, there's a free gym. So I was going there and I would work on, I'd work out with weights. And I just learned to enjoy life again. I learned to enjoy actually having sex again and not timing, having an alarm go off that we have to do it today. That's a big one. The big one is learning to not stress. As hard as that sounds and how much you don't want to believe it, it's true. It's really true.
Yes.
Yeah. I was eating better. We cut out a lot of junk food. I was never a big soda drinker, but, we actually ate real food. We weren't eating super late at night like we used to. And, you just start to feel better doing that as well.
Yeah, definitely. And stress is definitely a huge factor when it comes to helping with pregnancy, but also just the whole managing of your hormones, which is when it comes to PCOS, you have to get to that root cause, and stress is a huge thing. But like you said, nutrition and diet plays a huge factor as well. You need to make sure you're feeding your body the right way to help with the hormones again and to make you feel better. But is there anything else? You said you did exercise. How many hours would you say you did on what, like?
Well, our cardio boxing class was about an hour, so I would do that. I used to do it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so it was 4 days in a row that we did that. And then I would do probably about an hour at the gym, just either running on the treadmill or going on the elliptical, because we did weights and things with the cardio boxing. And I would try and give myself a day off, but you always want to, once you get working out, you never want to give yourself a day off because you just enjoy it. But I would give myself, usually like Fridays would be my day off to just come home and relax.
So yeah, so you're basically doing something you really enjoyed. So it wasn't, because a lot of people who get into exercise, it kind of becomes that unhealthy relationship where they're over exercising, but it's nothing they really enjoy. When it's something you enjoy, it's a lot easier to, it doesn't feel like you're training.
The exercise really helped, and the eating better obviously definitely helped. But you have to enjoy, like you said, what you do, because if you don't enjoy it, then it just becomes a job, and then you don't want to do it anymore.
And then that puts on added more stress because you feel like, oh, I need to go exercise, and it's just like you're never going to find balance. So, right. Yeah, exactly what you said. But when you became pregnant, so while you're pregnant, was there anything you changed in particular to help support and maintain a healthy pregnancy? Did your doctors recommend anything? Did you just do something?
I stayed as stress-free as possible. I did not, we didn't tell a lot of people till we were about 20 weeks because we didn't want to jinx it. I know that sounds, crazy, but we were like, it was something new and we were going, everything was well, but I really stayed as stress-free as possible. I didn't let a little twinge freak me out. I didn't let a little cramp or, oh my God, today I don't have morning sickness. What's wrong? I tried to not let those things get to me. And I think that helped a lot too, is keeping that stress level down. I just knew that everything was going to be okay.
And that's the mindset you need to have, right? Just a positive one, yeah. Because when you start thinking about all these possibilities and negative things that could happen, it's gonna bring the more stress, which is when you're pregnant you want to reduce that a lot. But is there anything that you changed with your diet, or obviously you weren't exercising as intensely, if any, when you were pregnant?
Once I found out, my husband was like, that's it, no more boxing class, you're going to sit with your feet up. And I said yes. I agreed to stop the boxing class because there's a lot of ab work and things like that. But I still went to support the class and my husband, and I would just watch them, as a support system for them as well. They were there through my whole pregnancy, and a lot of the women there knew what my situation was, so they were so excited. But I tried to walk every day at least 20 minutes because most of my pregnancy obviously was through the summer. Yeah. So that's what my workout became, was walking. Yes, we walked a lot, didn't we?
Well, with your diet, was there anything you felt like you needed more of, or did it just stay the same from when you became pregnant? Did you just keep it the same?
I pretty much kept it the same. The only thing was I craved cheese a lot. I wanted salty foods. So I'm not saying I didn't give in to cravings, but I tried not to eat, crazy stuff. My husband had all the cravings. He wanted McDonald's all the time. He wanted bacon cheeseburgers. And I'm just like, no. I just was, I didn't have much of an appetite, to be honest. It didn't, I ate if I was hungry and that was it. There was no overindulging on anything crazy. Towards the end, there was, I had wanted a little more junky food throughout the pregnancy. I didn't want any sweets. I didn't want any chocolate or anything like that. But towards the end, I wanted cake over anything else.
With regards to sleep, because I know some women find it hard to fall asleep and stuff, which is another kind of thing that you want to make sure you're sleeping enough. Was that something you struggled with, and do you have any tips?
Yeah. Sleep sleep was horrible because I used to be a stomach sleeper. Once when I was pregnant, left side sleeping only because that's what the doctor recommends. So, sleep was not, I don't want to say I had insomnia, but I became an even lighter sleeper than I already am. I would wake up to have to pee during the night, which I never had to do before. And then I couldn't fall back asleep. Then by the time I fell back asleep, it's time to go to work. So sleep is definitely missed, but it was all right because I'd come home from work and I'd actually take a nap.
Okay,
I would get out,
good.
I would sleep on the couch for a little bit, and then I would be okay. So that was a daily routine. I got in daily naps. Didn't matter what time it was, as long as it was something. That definitely helped.
Yeah, at least you got in some of those hours to rest. But
Yes.
did you find anything would help you fall asleep at night a bit better? Did you try any specific?
We tried with the TV on because I would used to fall asleep with the TV on. I try it with it off. I fell asleep faster if my husband came to bed with me, instead of him trying to, waking me up as he's getting into bed. But his work schedule is way different than mine. He works 12-hour days, doesn't get home till late. So he, by the time I was asleep, he was just getting home. So, but towards the end, nothing helped. You're just uncomfortable. It's just, you wake up every time you roll over because you have this big watermelon in front of you. And yeah.
Well, I guess you just got, one thing you just got to put up with, right? You got this miracle, just like, if I just don't sleep for a couple more months.
Yeah. You accept it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So post-pregnancy now, what are you currently doing with your diet again, whole lifestyle? Have you started exercising yet?
I want to exercise so bad, but because I had a C-section, I can't until my next visit at the end of this month. But throughout my pregnancy, I didn't want to eat any salad. I didn't really want vegetables at all. I didn't have any desire to eat them. Now I'm back to eating salads all the time because I'm enjoying them again, and my vegetables. I'm definitely trying to keep up my protein because it's super important. So, and I'm the same thing. I'm trying not to eat because I'm home, I'm home for 8 weeks and it had snowed here. So it's really cold. We don't go out. So I'm trying not to bored eat. I'm just eating when I know I'm hungry. And if I'm getting bored, I just start cleaning something. My house has never looked so clean.
Oh, yeah, that's good. So we basically went through the whole stages of pregnancy, what you did to conceive, then what you did while you're pregnant, then post-pregnancy. A common question I actually get asked is, so women with PCOS want to know, when you become pregnant and then give birth, do your PCOS symptoms come back or get worse in any way? So have you noticed some kind of changes?
I haven't noticed much yet. Like I said, because I had a C-section, there's still some vaginal bleeding, which happens for a couple weeks, apparently. I mean, when you don't have your period for 9 months, it comes back with a vengeance, I guess. But I was on metformin before. That's what I was put on for my PCOS, and it did help. It helped clear up my skin. I wasn't gaining weight like I was before. So I haven't gone back on it yet, and I don't know. I haven't discussed with my OB if that's something that I would be returning to or not. The only thing I did notice is I am breaking out a little bit afterwards, but I think that has to do also with lack of sleep and getting into a routine again and things like that. But nothing like it used to be before I was, diagnosed, when I was getting the cystic pimples all over my chin and things like that.
So definitely, I think your nutrition and your whole lifestyle's definitely helped with those symptoms.
Yeah.
So that's good. What would be your biggest piece of advice then for women who are trying to conceive?
I would tell them, don't give up. They're just as hard as it sounds, and you may cry yourself to sleep like I used to, or I used to alienate myself from baby showers because I just didn't think it was fair. Just don't give up, but also enjoy your life. Don't Don't let it run your life like I did for a good 2 years. You know, I missed out on a lot of events and good things because I just was jealous, and I just didn't want to be a part of it. And I regret that. I really do. So enjoy your life and don't let it consume you like we all have.
Yeah, no, that's a good piece of advice. Definitely try and enjoy the life you have, because, you know, who knows what's going to happen. So,
Exactly.
But yeah, just I think consistency is also what you were doing. You're being very consistent when you're
Yes.
trying. So I think consistency and patience, like you said, and yeah, I think that's a really good piece of advice. And congratulations again. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you. We can't believe our miracle baby is here. It's changed our lives beyond belief.
It's gonna be a good Christmas.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. Really appreciate it. And
thank you for all your help and listening to me go on and drone on playing all this time.
I'm glad I was part of your journey.
You definitely were a big part. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the PCOS and Nutrition podcast. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. They can be found on the PCOS and Nutrition website. Also, please leave a rating and review. Let me know what you think about the podcast. And lastly, stay tuned for episode 29, where I'll be speaking with Katie Miller about balancing your hormones.